Welcome to the Skool Morning Show with Eric and Jenna. Hey, hey, hey.
Welcome to the Skool Morning Show with Eric and Jenna. Raise your hand if that song gets stuck in your head. Because it gets.
Can you see my hand?
No.
Oh, man.
But does it get stuck in your head?
Yes.
Yeah. It's pretty catchy.
I accidentally caught myself as you said, okay, I'm hitting live. And I started singing it, and I was like, wait a minute. This is not what's supposed to happen. I am not singing the intro for these people. What is going on?
Maybe we'll record our own version where we sing it. I think people enjoy that. But hey, welcome to the show. It's going to be a great show. We got a lot of awesome things we're going to talk about. But I just want to remind everybody that this is a live show, which means you can talk to us. And we'll talk back. All you have to do is go to the What is Skool community. If you look at that top pinned post there, you can comment there, and I will throw up your comment on the screen. And you can be a part of the conversation. This is what it would look like. We don't have one yet, but if we did, this is what it would look like. And just to transition very smoothly, this is the pinned comment here. If you reply to this pinned comment saying, yes, I was here live chilling with the Skool Morning Show, we'll put you in the thumbnail, but only say that if you want to. Because we don't want to put you in a thumbnail if you're not comfortable with that.
Only if you mean it from, like, the tippy-toppy of your toes.
Yeah, and if you say it and you don't fully mean it, I'll know.
Yeah. Like, Shadow Eric will come get you.
Yep, he will. And if he doesn't, birthday one will.
Do we have yesterday's?
That's a great question. Let's find out if we got yesterday's thumbnail. I don't remember what it looked like, to be honest. They're all starting to blend together.
I'm hoping that this is the right one. Because we had some doozies that were not.
Yeah,
I think this is it.
Cool. Oh, yeah, we were all pointing. Yeah, this was yesterday's.
Maximum pointing.
I'm getting more and more masculine with each one. Like, it's making me want to start looks maxing to reach my full potential.
That's funny.
Because I'm not that manly. I'm getting there. But maybe one day. But we do have a comment that I do want to bring up. Our first comment of the day from our friend of the show. If it'll ever pop up. From Jenny.
I see it.
Good morning. You two going from evenings back to mornings has me starting my workday earlier than usual. Well, I'm glad we could help with that. That's kind of what we're going to be talking about today. A little bit.
I am still adjusting.
I woke up at 4:30 this morning.
Eric is over here like, woo! And I'm like, ah.
We switched places. You're obviously like more of a night person. An evening person.
It really depends too on like what's going on with the little one. So
true. That affects it big time. But I'm back. I'm excited.
Last night, in fact, we stayed up on purpose because there was supposed to be a huge meteor shower that you would be able to see.
I did not see it. Did you get a chance to see it?
Yeah, well, it told me that it would start at 11 p.m. and that's like how late I was willing to stay up with the toddler. And I was like, okay, we'll go out there. And so we're headed out there. And I didn't think about how, like, there are certain cars that can, like, turn all the way off for their lights, even when it's running. Mine is not one of those. For some reason, it has, like, a million gajillion lights in this car. And I'm like, oh, so I just had to completely turn it off. That is not cool at all in the heat of like where I'm at because it was like freaking
humid,
hot,
sweaty.
We turned it off for a little bit and he was like, how about we just see one and then go back in the AC? And I was like, great idea, dude. And so we did that. We saw one and then we got inside and we went on TikTok and realized that there was a lot of people live streaming it. And so we were able to get this picture and so that was cool.
Cool. It's green.
Yeah, a lot of them, it was crazy. They were like so bright that they were green looking. And apparently there was ones called like fireballs. I'm pretty sure the one that we were outside was considered a fireball because it was like so big and bright that it like left this like huge trail. It was very impressive. And I kind of messed up where I was forced to stay outside to watch this, because I don't know if you guys have kids or if you've ever seen Paw Patrol, but because I said meteor shower, Dominic was like so nervous that we were going to have a meteor hit our house, like
Oh no.
what happened in Paw Patrol with the meteor that made the Mighty Pups. And so I was like, no, we're not going to get hit by a meteor. It's not going to be like the one from Paw Patrol. But yeah, so I was on purpose a night owl last night. for
Maybe
this
they're
thing.
not actual meteors. Maybe it's like a spaceship. Maybe we're being invaded.
Yeah, honestly, we can't actually prove it because I'm not there. I'd have to be taking their word for it. Very interesting. Now I'm
is
going to
interesting.
overthink this. Thanks.
You're welcome. I kind of regret not staying up, but there's no way I could have stayed up that late and woke up as early as I did. It's just I can't function that way. Sorry. But did anybody else see the meteor? That's what I want to know. And also, you can help us if you want to. You can like this live stream. That helps push us out to more people, more schoolers, hopefully. You can also subscribe to be lucky number.
I did not prepare a 364, I think.
Oh, that's a great number.
Yes.
That's a great number. I hate that number. No, I'm just joking. And
Great number. Hate is what I think of.
and you can share this live stream to a schooler that you really like. Send it to them. Be like, hey, I think you would also like this. Or send this to a schooler who is always unprepared. Because they need today's episode.
Yeah, don't let them know which one. Let them keep guessing.
Yeah.
They won't be prepared for that, by the way.
No, they won't. They won't be prepared at all. So what are we talking about?
We are talking about what do you do when you are gonna, like, you already know you're not gonna be available, right?
Yeah. And that goes for a lot of things, like as far as like your content, so like your traffic, if you're running ads, like keeping those up and going. It's for your school community. Like if you go on vacation for like a week, like how is your school community going to absolutely just die without you? That's a big question. Hopefully none of those things take a big hit. Hopefully it's not relying too much on you, but most of us are one-man shows, so it probably is mostly relying on us, unfortunately.
Yep. Could you imagine the school morning show that just like wasn't us? We used AI or something. They came and talked. Ooh, that would be weird.
Thank you for the comment for engagement. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. So there's been a few different times where I have missed this show, but luckily for us, we have two people. So but you haven't wanted to do it by yourself, which I wouldn't want to do it by myself either. And you ended up bringing in Arden or Matthew Burns one time. There's been a couple other guests for like when, because you never know what's going to happen. Like especially with me, like my kid threw up at school, so I have to like drive an hour to go get her, and then drive home, and I'm going to miss the show. Like that has happened a few times, and you can't prepare for those kind of things. So having a backup plan is always a good idea, because you never know when life is going to hit. So that's what we're talking about today. We're going to be filming a bunch of pre-recorded live streams.
Because I am going out of town.
Yep, this is live right now. This is real.
Or do you know?
Oh, you won't
You
know.
don't know.
And we've done it before, where I don't remember if I went on vacation or you went on vacation. Somebody left for like a week, and we
It was
pre-recorded.
me.
It was you. We pre-recorded a bunch of live streams, and it was fine. Because it's totally possible to go live and pre-record them. Luckily, we have the technology.
Apparently, when it's a birthday in my house, I'm like, all right, we're leaving.
Yeah.
Because it was like for my birthday, I was gone. And then this time it's going to be my son's birthday. And I'm like, I'm actually taking more time off too because I need it.
You do. You work really, really hard, and you have a 9 to 5.
Yeah, that was funny. Realizing I have a 9 to 5, 9 to 5. It's 9 to 3 in schoolers, and then 3 to 5 in platinum, and then I work my other stuff. So I have even more, like more than that.
You
but
have like a 9 to 1.
I'm like, I have almost a 24/7 thing until I like sleep for 3-4 hours, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So as far as like creating the content ahead of time, I think part of what you want to do is like, where did you want to stay consistent, right? Because you were saying it could be like in your own community, it could be the content that you're creating, right? Because one, like, all right, a school might be kind of forgiving, like the school community itself. You could even ask somebody, you'd be like some of your best members, be like, "Hey, I'm gonna be out of town. Do you mind making these posts?" Like, would that work? Especially if you have somebody that's an admin and they could pin those posts or something,
Yeah.
or make it one like a temporary admin. There's different levels of admins too, right?
Yeah. How do you feel
And
about scheduling your posts?
um, I think it's going to depend on what kind of posts are you scheduling? Do people know in advance that they were scheduled? And I almost would say it'd be worth like taking a vote, like depending on how big your community is. Like for me, what I would probably ask people inside my community if I had it already planned something out. Like so for a cohort, I can go ahead and be like, hey, I'm gonna schedule a couple of these prompts while I'm gone. Just an FYI, these are scheduled, but these are things that I did plan out for you, right?
Yeah.
Totally cool. But if it was just like a post to try to keep engagement up, I would say, hey, do you guys want me to schedule a post for you? Or would you prefer me to just not put any posts out? Like, decide which one you want. If one person says yes, then I'm going to do it. And if you didn't like it, then just ignore them, right?
I think it also depends how do you plan on even looking at it later? Like, are you planning on replying to comments, or are you totally shutting off your phone and just absolutely going dark and doing a real vacation? Or do you plan on, maybe once a day you're sitting on the beach and you pull it out and you're like, hey, let me reply to a couple of these. Are you keeping your flame is the real question.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about the flame anymore. But at the same time, I had a full green bar. Like, I had the flame for like well over a year, almost 2 years, and then I was just like, you know.
Screw it. I don't need any emojis.
Well, it was like the kids they hate alarms because I had to have an alarm to remind me. Because sometimes I would get caught in the DMs versus like actually engaging in the community, which is it's a good thing. That's why the activities are inside the community, not just being active on the platform, right?
Yeah. I don't
And
know
they
how
were
I feel
like,
about it.
I hate your alarms that go off. So I was like, all right, we're giving it up.
You're putting too much emphasis on it.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I feel about the scheduled post. I mean, because technically, like, it is you. It is your voice. It's not like an AI thing. It's you. It's just from the past. But also, as a member, I don't know how I would feel knowing that it's, like, scheduled. I don't know. I probably wouldn't care. I think you're right. I think you should just ask them. Is it important?
I was thinking, so if I was to not be faceless, okay? Like, let's say I was just doing something on camera, I would probably do like a mini 1 to 2, maybe 3 minute video and get those scheduled. That would post only in the community.
Okay.
Because I feel like that would give that like extra special touch.
Yeah,
of,
it's a
like,
little more personal.
something worth looking forward to versus just the written words, you know?
Yeah. Can I share how we would do that? I got a picture here. So, we're big fans of Skool around here. It's Skool CRM. It's really the best one out of all the different CRMs. But they have a feature. They have a scheduling feature, and it looks native. Like, it's right here on Skool itself. You can see a little schedule button there. So, like, this is from the past. I'm in the future. And then your little video. I think that'd be pretty cool. Also, I like that in this, it tells you the times. So 11 a.m. is when would be the best time to do it. That's when most of my people are active. That's kind of handy to know. I've never noticed that before.
It's funny because it's telling you that inside this community where it's only me and you.
So
And I
that's when
guess
you're
I'm the
most active.
I'm the most active at 11 a.m.
Well, good to know.
That's that's funny.
How do you feel about that, knowing that you're most active at 11 a.m.?
That's probably when the caffeine starts to kick in.
Yeah. You know, they also have DM, like the auto DM features, which I'm not crazy about. I don't know about that. I don't know about the auto DMs. Your members.
I think it's okay depending on what the purpose is, right?
Mm-hmm.
There I go with my favorite answer. It depends.
Maybe.
It's situational. It's only if sometimes and only if not other times, right?
Yeah.
I would say that like, for instance, right? Now that there's reviews out, I think I told, was it Garrett or was it Arden? Maybe I told Arden to tell Garrett, right? I was saying it would be really cool if when a review is left, that it sends like an auto DM of like telling them thank you for leaving a review.
Oh yeah.
Right?
That's a good feature to add. I think they should definitely do that.
Yeah, so I know that they were talking about that, and then but like if somebody upgraded to like premium or VIP, it would be really cool for them to get a thank you thing because like we don't really get a notification from Skool like that's easily to see, and it would be nice to like immediately give them that like woohoo.
Yeah. Jenny says I've never taken a vacation before. It's always associated with work. Yeah, that's the real question. Are you going to be taking a real vacation, or is it you're going to be doing stuff?
I am. In fact, you know what, you guys, I will have to share. Like, I let my little one help decide the actual location that we were going to,
Mm-hmm.
and he picked something out really cool. But should I tell him how much it was for just 2 nights?
I'm sure it's going to hurt.
Yeah, it was this. Okay, let me clarify. This time of year, like this one thing, this is like where I spend my money. I'm not gonna spend money like on other events like Easter, even Christmas. Like those are not my moments. When it's my kid's birthday, this is where I go crazy, right?
Go all out.
Yeah. So I'm like everything else meh, but for his birthday, I kind of like go, this is why I work, you know?
Yeah.
And so I am spending $1,300 for just 2 nights at this
Holy
location.
cow. That's pretty
And
high. I hope it's
yeah,
nice.
it is really cool. So I will share pictures after I
Yeah,
come
after.
back.
You don't want everybody knowing where you're at.
Only, only because there was that one creeper, and I'm like, no, I really don't want that.
I've not taken a real vacation since 2021. That's the last time we went anywhere.
Dang.
I know.
Yeah. So I have like I don't know. Here, let me tell you my trauma when we were supposed to talk about consistency. All of the vacations, like my parents were in the military, so like it was like there are certain restrictions of like when you're active duty, you have to stay so close to the base or whatever. And rules, blah blah blah. You have to get permission. The only times that we would like take a vacation were to go see family, which I'm not saying that going and seeing family can't be fun, but it was always like it didn't feel like a vacation.
Yeah, it doesn't.
And they refused to fly because my dad spent so much time flying that it was like, let's do road trips. So these would be like 14-hour
Mm-hmm.
one-way road trips. And I don't know. It's not fun to go with a military person on a road trip where it's like, we are not stopping unless we must absolutely
we're
stop.
not. You gotta go. Pee a little, let it dry. Pee a little, let it dry.
And have a positive attitude, whether you're positive or not. And if you complain, like I remember getting bribed. My parents are great, right? But I remember getting bribed. It was like, if you do not complain this entire summer, we will give you $100. And it was
Ooh.
like,
I need to try that with my kids.
I did make it a couple of times, but I was like, is it worth it? And I remember one year I was like, it's not worth it. This sucks. And so then I complained. Like, that was probably with that incentive. I was like, well, if I'm losing $100, then I need to make the most out of my complaining.
Yeah.
So that was teenage Jenna.
I like long car trips like that, but my daughter gets motion sickness so easily in the car.
Yeah, yeah, same. Dominic gets really, really, really sick from. We have the glasses too. So we have glasses. We have the little air conditioner that goes right in front of him because that helps with like car sickness and all that. Anyways, this is not what we were talking about.
Well, let me bring up
This
these
is the
comments and then
ADHD.
we'll bring up these comments and then we will get back on track here. Jenny says, I do not like getting an auto DM, so I don't send them. That's fair.
That's really true.
I also really honestly don't like getting auto DMs either. I usually won't answer if I know it's an auto DM. This is me personally. Jesse said road trips are the best. Driving for 18 hours straight is the best. I kind of agree. I've done it many, many times. I like it. I like driving.
They told us to just sleep in the car, so now when we go on long road trips, I get tired easily. It's weird.
Oh, yeah. And Jenny says, my dad's a Marine. I get it. Though I never got bribed.
Did you ever have to sign a contract? As a kid, I would get lots of contracts from my dad.
Huh.
Yep, we would have to write up a contract, sign it, and he'd post it on the freaking fridge.
Interesting. My sister married married an Army drill instructor, and I stayed on base one summer. It was an interesting experience.
Yeah. Very fun.
James says maybe there
so-
should be a sound effect for a review, like a cha-ching.
That would be cool.
What should the sound effect be, though?
We could scare everybody, and it'd be something like this. Could you imagine you're like
That would be
deep
hilarious.
into work, and then all of a sudden it's like, yeah. Or what about this one? This one would be funny.
Scram!
Okay, so so our plan. I will say, okay, back to what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Be prepared on the content side, which is why I think you should always have a content system, at least for coming up with ideas, because that's the hardest part, is batching all the ideas. You get that out of the way. If you have like a bank that you can pull from, and you know that you're about to go out of town, it makes it way easier to just record some stuff from the big bank of ideas that you already have. I'm not a huge fan of batching, but I am a big fan of batching ideas.
Why are you not a big fan of batching?
Okay, let me take that back. I'm a fan of batching for people who can do it. For me, I have found I can only batch for so long before I really start losing energy in my videos. And by the end of it, I just look like I do not want to be there, and it's just not a good look for what I'm talking about. And I like the more I try, like the more I start stuttering, and it just gets frustrating, and it's like, okay, I'm wasting my time here. That's for me. But honestly, if I kept trying, I might get better at it. But I just don't personally enjoy it. But there's some people who need to batch, and they can absolutely do it. Then yeah, go ahead. But for me,
I feel like it's really nice to be able to do that. To be able to batch, right? But I do think that if you're in the moment, so let me explain a little bit better. There are times where I have seen you say, take this information and record it like right when it hits, because that's when you're gonna it's gonna be the most. Or maybe there's something trending, maybe there's something
Time
going
sensitive.
on, right?
yep.
Yeah. So I agree with that. But I think that you could, like, as long as you've had your other stuff batched, right? Or that you already have stuff scheduled, you can still in the moment go make a video. Like, there's nothing stopping you
Yeah.
from going in the moment and doing
I think
that.
that might be the best way to do it. It's like a hybrid approach where you are recording your like normal, but then maybe every now and then record an extra video or two, have that in the bank. So if there is something that comes up, like someone gets sick or you get sick or you got to go somewhere, you have all these videos in your drafts that you can post.
Exactly.
It's like a hybrid.
Something that, like for me, the algorithms, the platforms are not going to be forgiving if you're not consistent, right? Like they would rather know that you're reliable, that you're going to show up if they're going to be bringing you followers and members, right? Their whole point is to keep people using and liking the platform. It is not a good experience for a member for you not to be showing up, right? School owners, this applies to schools too. So it's like you want to show up, be consistent, and make something worth like them engaging with, right? Like they're looking at all these factors. So schedule your stuff out, like plan this out. And if you're able to do more, then increase the volume. But if you know you're going to be gone, like the main thing is like when you're gone, you're probably not going to be interacting with comments and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So for me, because of where I'm going, I am not sure I'm going to have signal. I am hoping that I do. But I might not be able to even check in. If I don't, I don't. Like, I don't care. But if I do have time, the plan is that I will at least get on for like part of what I'm supposed to be doing. Like I did take off from doing modding for school, but I did not take off from doing stuff for the Platinum group.
Yeah.
And so I would already be sort of on anyways, but I won't be fully on. Like those time frames are when I know the kids are already going to be busy, especially with like grandparents and stuff.
Yeah. And we're going to put
So-
in the work where you're not going to miss out on the lives because that's going to be scheduled.
Yeah, we're going to do these. We're going to be pre-recording some of these lives like we did back in April. And I think one of the things that you could think through is like what kind of subjects would be interesting enough to like talk through and be helpful and useful even when you can't engage live with people, right? So you kind of have to already be paying attention to what's important to people, look back and like we have the data, like we could go look back and see like which were our most engaged lives. Was it because we were engaging or was it because of the subject, right?
Yeah. I think that's a good idea for content too, is if you know you're going to be out of town and you have like last minute, you need to come up with a bunch of ideas, is to look back at your best performing stuff and just remake it. Because that way you don't have to think about it.
Exactly. I think too many people worry about like remaking stuff. It's like, oh no, I can't remake something. Or I'm saying the same thing. People are going to get tired of it. And you know what? People are more likely not going to see that.
No,
Like,
99% of people didn't see it. There's something that Alex says about that. Like he watches philosopher content. Well, those philosophers have been dead for like 1,000 years. They're not coming up with any new content, but he still likes to listen to it over and over and over again. You watch the same TV show over and over and over again in reruns. It's okay.
me with The Office.
It's just your ego that's hurting. The reason you don't want to redo it. You think
Yeah.
you're too good for it, but you're not.
Or it's like you just don't understand too. Like you don't understand that this is not. You don't have to worry about it, right? Like
No. Most of your audience
people
won't see
are
it.
not going to see it again.
Speaking
You're getting
also,
fresh eyes.
speaking of Alex, I don't know if you've heard his story. I know we talk about Alex a lot. We like Alex around here. How
Alex.
much he spent millions and millions of ad spend dollars pushing out his book, and like he thought he'd exhausted out all of his resources in telling everyone who follows him that he has a book coming out. He was walking the street and a guy came up to him. He's like, "Oh my gosh, Alex Ramosi, I'm one of your biggest followers. I love you." And he's like, "Oh, are you going to watch our book launch tomorrow?" And the guy's like, "What are you talking about? You're having a book launch?" So even though he spent millions of dollars of ad spend getting this information out to everyone, and people have, you may have felt like you've seen that, or he may have felt like he's seen his own ad out everywhere, like maybe 3% of his people actually saw it.
That's so true.
To remake stuff.
A lot of times, like, I know this is weird. We think the world revolves around us. But I mean, it really is kind of one of those things where we can start to feel like almost as if we're not in touch with reality, right?
Yeah.
Because
that famous.
we're so used to us having to deal with our own problems, our own things every single day. So we don't really get that that perspective that it's the world doesn't revolve around us, right?
It's very true. Very true. Nobody knows who you are. Are you making
It's
$1 million a
biggest-
month and no one knows who you are?
Yeah. The biggest thing that would be interesting is like, because I don't tell people like where I work or who I work for. When I came to the platform, I'm keeping it pretty much like anonymous to my whole in real life stuff because I didn't bring my whole network with me. And so even with that, if I was to tell them like I'm working for Skool, they'd be like, okay. And like, even when I had my niece like explained to some people that I was working for Jason Derulo at one point, they were like, who's Jason? I'm like, the one that sings his name, dude.
He's got
You know?
billions of views.
Yeah. But people still might not know who they are. And so the same thing is like, you don't have to worry about, like, if you're at the level where someone might not know who Alex Hermosi is, or if they don't know who Jason Derulo is, or whatever, you don't have to worry about whether or not they're going to see your video again and again and get annoyed that you're saying pretty much the same thing. In fact, if I saw your video or your piece of content and you were saying something similar to what you just already said, maybe it's just slightly packaged differently, I'm only going to believe that you know this for sure. Like, it's just building my confidence that you aren't wish-washy saying flippity things or whatever. Like, you actually believe what you're saying, you know?
Yeah. Keep talking about it. That's why I want to follow you, because you talk about this thing.
Yes. Everybody follow Eric because Eric always says to do content. And guess what? He's not wrong. In fact, he tells people to go live. And there's some people that go live even on vacation.
On babycation, like Alex and Layla. And what did I call her earlier?
Lalo?
Lalo and Stitch. Yeah, they're at the beach on babycation, and he's still going live because he's sticking to his plan.
Yep. And I don't know about you guys, but I am loving the Layla and Alex content where they're
That's so
together,
good.
especially now that they're going to be parents because they're so adorable.
It's really good.
It's so cute.
Yeah, and he's probably the busiest human that I know of, and he has still found time to go live. And actually, have you seen what he's doing on his other channel? He's doing a Hermosi radio where he's taking his past content and just live streaming it at all times.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of smart.
I
I'm curious
have seen that.
I'm curious how it's doing.
I have seen in the I joined a couple of times just to see what the sections were like, and some of them are like, "That says pre-recorded." And I'm like, all right, stop being such cranky people. But I think it's helpful. Like, if you were wanting to if you're working, like you're in work mode and you need something good, you can go there and get it, right?
Mm-hmm.
He did a live yesterday. It didn't have Layla in it, but it was so good, and he was talking about content. I am going to be actually putting that into the community as something that people should watch. But he brought up this book that I am bringing a picture up, but you can do the cricket sound because it's taking forever. Exactly. 5 million years later.
It's being exceptionally slow today, I will say.
Yeah. There it is.
Interesting.
So he talked about this one, and one of the things that I really appreciated that, like, why he shared this was he talked about, like, before you start to get things automated or get things in place, and before you do all this extra work, like make sure it's actually necessary. Like delete more stuff and then start to add it when it needs to, and then once you add it back, like if it needs to be scheduled, then schedule it, right? So that's why I think it's important to like talk to your members and be like, do you need me to? Unless you have something already pre-planned, right?
Yeah. Also,
But-
it's not the end of the world if you miss a day. Like, it's not, the world's not going to burn down. But
It's
maybe
the end of the world as we know it. Now I'm going to have that stuck in my head. Nice.
Junie says, I think we, in the back of our minds, little comments that people made, the random little digs and harsh criticism, so we become self-conscious. Yeah, a lot of us do. I do. But I'm not going to let them stop me.
You know, I think about this because I don't have as much of a issue with that. And I think it might be because like I'm going to confront it in the moment.
Right.
I'm not gonna share the whole thing, but something happened last night, and for some reason, I don't mind getting into it. This person was like, "You guys are grossing me out with your comments," and I just snapped right back, and I was like, "I'm feeling pretty similar at this point after reading your comments," and I think that like there's different types of personalities where it might actually affect somebody, but I almost go like I know me enough that I know like what I've said or what I'm doing, and I know my intentions, that I'm not gonna second guess that. If that person's second guessing it, I don't even think it has anything to do with me. I think it has everything to do with them.
It does, yeah.
So I just confront it in the moment. Sometimes there might be a couple of things that like stick a little bit more, but then I'm like, does that serve me? Is that actually like, is that truth? It's not truth. Okay, cool. Gonna drop that crap. But I don't know. I think if we would just take things less personal and just know that most people, like even people that are being really shitty to you, right? That it really doesn't have anything, doesn't say anything about you. It has a lot more to say about that person than it would ever have to say anything about you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I was bullied my entire life, like literally, about all kinds of things. And then I think I realized one day, it's like, wait a second, like I'm here for like a blink. I'm going to die pretty soon.
We always come back to we're
like,
going to die.
I can't let those little comments stop me. Like, I got to build a life that I want to have for my children, whether they think I'm weird or dumb or anything or whatever. At the end of the day, that's the only thing that matters.
I remember when I was like probably like a junior in high school as far as like the age range. I was the type of person, like I remember there were some people, and I've never understood bullies at all. I don't see the point in it. And I remember there was this person that was just picking on somebody for just being like alive and present at the moment, right? You know, like there's no reason for them to be picked on. And I walked over there and I just blank stared in their face. No facial expression, just like flatlined mouth and just wide eyes. And I just kept staring at them. They're like, "What do you want? Why are you looking at me?" And I'm like, my point was like, I'm observing you. You do realize that you're being observed right now in this moment, and you're being kind of an ass, right? And and I'm like, this is not cool. This person's cool. Like they're just trying to live life, right? And it's so true that we're only here for like a small brief time. And why, like, we shouldn't make anybody else miserable, right? Like we shouldn't be the people making people miserable. I think that there's too much time is wasted in not being honest, right? Or trying to like avoid honesty, even with ourselves. And I think that we would just get way much more done and actually be happier or feel fulfilled. Like, okay, so Eric, you really like mowing the grass, right?
I do. I thought about mowing today, actually.
So You get to go and mow the grass, and you feel at the end of it, when it looks really good, you feel super accomplished, right?
I get that dopamine hit.
Yeah. I think that there's something to say about, like, if you were to go, let's say you're going to not be in town, or let's say you're going to be consistent on YouTube and you want to build all this out, or let's say there's things you should be doing right now and you just haven't done them. If you go ahead and acknowledge, yes, there are those things and like I should go do them. Once you have done them, you are going to have that sense, like at the end of the night, you're going to sleep so much better. You're going to not have that weighing on you. If you would like free yourself of those kinds of things that you keep holding yourself back from, your body's going to feel lighter. You're going to come into things doing it with like a clearer perspective. And I don't know. I just think that I think it's almost like a healthier thing. Like you're going to feel healthier when you start to like truly be who you know you should be versus like who you think you should be. Because there's no data on who you think you should be. Like if that is even accurate, right?
That was beautiful. That was a positive end note, I think.
All right, now let's listen to silly songs with Eric.
I like Jesse's gif. It's funny. Okay. Yeah. Like always, I don't know what this song sounds like. And also, hey, if you want to be in the thumbnail, you can just comment this secret phrase here that you want to be chilling. Wait, hold on. I can't see it because we got our faces. See, yes, I was here live chilling with the Skool Morning Show. You have to the end of this song to be in the thumbnail. And that is all I'm going to say. We'll see you back tomorrow.
Did you send this to your best friend or a schooler who is always unprepared? Either way, I hope you shared. We are ready for vacation, but our content won't take a single hit. Okay, maybe just a bit, but we will still upload some videos and lives. They might be pre-recorded, but that's okay, it will be fine. So come back tomorrow or shadow Eric will get you. And you will get hit by a meteor.
See ya.
Bye.